Welcome to section 3 of this course, Customizing Plots and Charts for Data Visualizations. We'll start with demonstrating how to customize the labels, titles, and legends in this video. First things first, let's import our modules. We're not going to go through these again as they are the same modules which we used in section 1 and section 2. We import our dataset. The dataset we are using is the banking and marketing data from UCI University website. The link is provided over here in this particular cell. We have also provided bank.csv, a dataset file, along with the code with this course. We imported it through pandas, got it in a pandas data frame. And here we are looking at the first 5 rows of this dataset. So what do we have here in this? We have the index provided the default by pandas while importing. We have the age of the customer at the time of the record. We have the job description. We have the marital status, education, default, and few other variables. We're going to use this data for the demonstrations in this particular section. Matplotlib is extremely flexible. For example, you can plot a single line plot with a very short code. For example, here, the highlighted code. It's a single line of code where there's a call we are making to the plot method from the pyplot submodule of the Matplotlib, and we are just passing it a single data variable, which is the balance of the customers. Single line of code, a very short line, and we have our plot. However, if you notice, this is a very basic plot. Now, Matplotlib has done some customizations. For example, it has given us a color for this line. This is a line plot. By default, Matplotlib will plot a line plot if you do not specify what kind of plot you want. So very basic. Now, I said earlier, Matplotlib is very flexible. Same goes for its plot function. We can add and use a lot of different calls to the methods and the properties of PLT to modify a plot and customize it. We'll show you some of those in this video and overall in this section. For example, between here and here, the difference is we added a line plt.show. So what is it going to do? Let's check first what it will do. What is the difference we see in this plot and in this plot? You might notice the actual diagram looks the same. However, over here, there is this extra line, right? Which is like a output log from the Matplotlib, okay? Which is just telling us, okay, what it created a lines plot and a 2D at this particular location, right? It's not really adding any use to this particular data analysis Jupyter notebook. We can get rid of that by making a call to the method plt.show. But make sure the plt.show method call is always made at the end of the code block, right? Okay, got that covered. Now let's see how can we add a label to the x-axis. So what do we have on the x-axis? What we have on the x-axis is each point on these lines is a customer. So we have, these are customers or the index of the customers. How about we show that? We can show that by making a call to the x label method. Make sure you do it after the plot method and before the show method. All customizations go in between these two. And we pass the what we want to name the label as. In this case, customer. On this, we have the label. Okay. Similar way, we need to add a label over here to the y-axis. What do we have on the y-axis? We have the balance in USD. Okay. Make the call to y label and we pass in our label name. Run it. We have the y label. Okay. Next, let's add a title. There's no title on this, right? Any audience or user who's going to see this graph like to know at one glance, what does this graph show? It shows customer balance. Let's set it up by making a call to the title. Here we go. We have our title, customer balance. What next? Next is legend. Legend is, as the name suggests, it will put a short list of what different colors or areas of the plot belongs to and which sets of data sets. In this particular case, we got only customer balance and it's in blue color. So calling the legend method by default, we give us this. Now this may not be much handy right now because we have just used a single variable, but it is really and extremely useful while plotting multiple variables on the same plot. This concludes this video.